Welcome, everyone. This is CoachChamps, and I'm super happy to be with you. I am Women International Master Ajana Martinez. I work in the community team, and together, actually, with many parts in Chess.com, we've been working in the improvement challenge that ended up actually organizing also this super amazing event, CoachChamps, that it's actually made to celebrate, let's say, the improvers community. Chess has this beautiful thing that you can actually improve when you're a kid, when you're a teenager, when you're an adult. And that's actually something really beautiful that we want to celebrate. But we also want to find out who is actually the best coach in the world. So with no further introduction about the event, because we will actually jump a bit later, we will actually start introducing our amazing coaches here. We have top 8 in the world actually here. And let's start with chess streamer, commentator, and coach with serious Russian school roots. We are talking about Dina Belenkaya. Hi, Dina.
Super excited to be here. How are you doing, Ashlyn?
All good. Oh my gosh, you said my name perfectly. Thank you so much.
I know, it was a 1 out of a million chance.
But you made it. Thank you, Dina. And let's continue. We are going with the Latvian Grandmaster, chessable expert, and former head coach in Riga. Nothing more, nothing else than the Grandmaster Arthurs Neiksans. Welcome, Arthurs.
Yeah, greetings, chess fans. Super excited to be here. This it's not a secret. It's one of the most important events for me of the year. So I hope to make some fun content here.
Yeah, let's go. I'm sure that will happen. Let's continue with an international master, chessable author of the year. And it's a worldwide well-known coach, nothing more and nothing less than Andras Tauda, who is actually in the middle of the night right now. So thank you so much, Andra, for being here.
As usual, hello to the chicos. Hello to the chicas. Thank you so much for having me. Always a pleasure. And yeah, for this beautiful cause, I'm more than happy to stay up any hour of the day or night. Absolutely privileged to be amongst these legends. So can't wait to kick off.
Thank you, Andras. We will continue with a YouTuber and a coach who makes adults chess improvement practical and super fun. We are talking about Robert Ramirez. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you. And the same, I'm very happy to be here, not only to help the players, but also to learn from all of these legends that are here with us. So looking forward for a fun event indeed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Robert. Let's continue with a content creator, candidate master, chessable superstar, and a dedicated coach helping players worldwide also. We are talking about Kan Kavadayi. Hi, Kan.
Thank you so much for having me. Super excited to be here with all the chess legends. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. As a scientist, I'm always curious to see which method is the best, but there's no scientific evidence on this yet. So maybe we'll collect the first interesting data points with this tournament. Looking forward to it.
I love it. Maybe this is like the starting point for like a research about chess coaching or something. So great. Let's continue with International Master, co-founder of Chess Dojo, all about community-driven chess training. We are talking about David Proust. Hi, David.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm really looking forward to learning about coaching by figuring out what the other coaches' strategies and techniques and training methods are. Of course, I don't intend to, snipe their lessons during the competition, but once the competition is over in a month, I'm looking forward to asking the others, how they went about it, and maybe if they record some of their lessons, going back and having a look and seeing if there's something I can pick up too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, we are just starting with CoachChamps. This is going to be like 1 month event. And at the end of the actual event, the tournament next month, I'm sure that we will be able to compare and have a lot of follow-up thoughts about it. So great. Thank you, David. And we will continue with the internet chess teacher with millions of students worldwide. If I'm not wrong, it's almost 7 million, more than 6 million for sure. Students on YouTube. We are talking about Goddamn Chess. Levy. Hi, Levy.
Hello. I don't know if I would call them students. Maybe they're just casual fans, as some would say. But no, I'm really looking forward. It's been a long time since I had dedicated, coaching sessions. Probably the last time was before the pandemic. So I look forward to going up against all the other coaches who have had to break all the bad habits that people formed by watching my videos and playing the Caro-Kann all the time.
Yeah, they will have to unlearn what Gotham Chess videos taught them. But well, thank you, Levy. And we will continue with the Grandmaster, streamer, legendary coach, known for his sharp wit and humor. We are talking about Ben Feingold. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Angeline. How are you doing? Yeah, this is a great event because a lot of chess events are for the top players in the world, and this is for the average player. And I think we need more events like this, like CoachChamps, so that everybody can get involved and we can see who's the best improver, who's the best coach. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to start working with my students.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Actually, thinking that you mentioned that because we are about to explain about what CoachChamps is for people maybe who is just joining right now in the broadcast, and maybe they don't know what this is about. And as I was saying before, like we are trying to find who is actually the best coach among these top 8 coaches that we have over here. But also, like we want to celebrate the improvers community, and like that means celebrating actually players that are going to be under 2000. We will have 4 groups. Actually, we have the first group that is under 800, the second group that is under 1200, and the third group under 1600, and the last one that is going to be under 2000. So yeah, they are all like improvers, like some very beginners in the group 1, and they will have 1 month for like training actually with the spectacular coaches, the fabulous coaches that we have over here. Today, they are actually going to pick 4 players each. So we have in total 32 improvers. They were selected actually based on different things. We had the improvement challenge during the whole year. So every month we had improvers of the month. So they won, let's say, the right to be here to be one of the participants in CoachChamps. And they will be competing next month, actually, these 32 players. In the competition, it's going to be like the 4 groups are going to play a round robin tournament, each of the groups that I was mentioning before. And yeah, the winners there, they will represent the coach. So it's actually like a win-win situation because for the improvers, it's like, okay, like they are actually like obviously improving their chess and everything, but they are also representing whatever the coaches actually like are going to teach them and show them in this month. So it's going to be like a double competition. The improvers themselves in the tournament, but also they will represent, and at the end of the month, we will know who are the best coach actually here. We have a 25,000 prize fund here, so it's like a huge event. And yes, Ben was saying like the idea for this, it was like thought like to have like something for the regular human beings like me and the other, probably a lot of the viewers here. So we are super happy about it. And we are going to start with the group 1. Ryan, our spectacular also producer here, can we actually see who we have there? Well, my pronunciation here is going to be awful if I actually try to mention all of them. But as you can see, guys, we have actually the list of the 8 players in the group 1 that it's under 800. And Dina, I wanted to ask you, like, what do you like about the group 1 players? Like, meaning like the under 800 players. Like, what do you like about these sort of players?
So my favorite thing about the lineup of these players is that they are all so unpredictable. Honestly, they probably have never had any chess lesson their entire life, meaning like only with 1 hour of my time, they could already get to 1200. But honestly, let's be realistic. We're gonna start, day by day, session by session. I see my fellow colleague Robert is already laughing. He probably doesn't believe what I say, but that's okay, Robert. We'll take you down with my students. It's fine.
I'm only laughing because I want to sign up to you. When you said that, I'm like, that's what I need as a player. But we'll talk about it later.
Actually, Robert, then like going to you, that question, like, what do you think about this player? What do you like actually about them?
Well, what I like about this group of players is that they're very easy to mold, and for them it's very easy to see progress. Like when you work with stronger players, it's difficult to go from, for example, 1700 to 1800. it takes time. Now, going from 500 to 600 is very exciting, and typically everyone is happy until they hit a plateau, and then they start to hate chess, and they say this game is not for them, they're gonna play basketball, and all that story.
I can relate to that. So yeah, 100%. And let me ask to David. David, what's the most important for this group actually to improve? What do you think that are the key things that they need to learn here?
Well, there's some differences among the players, but generally at this level, they're working on their tactics and maybe even their opening principles still, like, getting all the pieces out, getting a healthy position, putting most of their pieces on defended squares. Because if they end up, having a lot of loose pieces or a lot of pieces still on the back rank, they won't be well poised for tactics, even if they've been doing puzzles. So normally they'll win or lose off of, capturing a lot of pieces from each other. And so they're going to need those two ingredients most.
Okay, thank you. And Levy, what do you think that it's the most important things for this group to learn, to improve?
I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, right? Like, you have your starter kit to get out of the 800s up to 900, up to 1,000. I will just throw a slight curveball that a lot of it is also random. You have weeks where, you go down 100 points, but you're the same person, and then you have a winning streak of 7-8 games. So I definitely think that this group will have by far the most unpredictability, and you're just going to really have to hope that your student is on their game, because you might get a student who's a prodigy, but suddenly they lose all their games, they get nervous. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I think this is going to be the most fun, let's say, group to watch next month in the round robin tournament. And let's start actually with the draft. So we will actually go to the action. We actually, just for the viewers, the coaches already know, but we did we use actually randomizer to decide the coach order for picking the students. And we will have group 1 in one order from 1 to 8. And then group 2 is going to be from 8 to 1 to try to be fair. And then for group 3 and group 4, we did another randomizer. We did another draft, I'm saying, for the order. So we will start with group 1. And the first actually in this selection is going to be Dina. So Dina, who is your player in group 1? Wait, I cannot hear you for some reason. I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wow. You're putting me on spot like that right away.
Yeah, who's going to be 1,200 after one lesson with you?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Besides me.
Hey, come on. So, well, since this is, I'm gonna go with my fellow streamer, Miss JDZ.
Ooh, okay. So we have JDC there. We have the player. Yes, and he's a streamer. Also, we invited some streamers that were interested in improving, and they are willing to do content as well. So it's going to be win-win situation also for whoever wants to improve, because they might actually also stream this some part of the lessons, or try to actually show what Dina is going to teach them. So thank you, Dina.
Thank you.
And let's continue with Arthur's.
Yeah, this is really a tough group, because I had much clearer ideas what to select for the stronger groups. Here, I'm going to agree with what my colleague said. It feels like it could be a bit random. So it's up to us, to the coaches, to make the biggest difference within these 4 weeks. I hope we are going to succeed. Yeah, it's actually quite a tough choice for me, because I had listed several players that I might choose. But I'm really impressed by also the puzzle rating by some of the players. Okay. So I was leaning towards one particular player. But then again, another candidate has played 8,000 games. Yeah, so it's a really tough choice here. So I think I'm still gonna go with Nabellini.
Okay.
And we'll see how it's gonna go. Because I think all of us coaches, we did the homework. We checked what are their ratings and Blitz.
I'm sure.
Rapid and Bullet, and how many games they have played. But anyway, it's really a gamble, but I'm gonna try to make it work the best I can.
Okay. Nabellini is yours then. Thank you, Arthur. And it's funny actually, like how the different way to pick, like Dina mentioned about the streaming part, like then you mentioned about the puzzles part, and now it's the turn of Andras. So Andras, who is going to be your player in group 1?
I'm already upset, so I just would like to put this forward that Artus just took away my #1 candidate for this group. So I already dislike this whole selection process, and I would like to file an official complaint. But on a more serious note, as you can tell, I have done my homework too, or rather, I have my scouts who are working for me. Like I went full on NBA on this business, and I had other people also working for me on figuring out who is who.
Wow.
And on that note, oh yeah, no half measures here. I'm going to pick Southern Run, who was my second on the list.
There we go. We have Southern Run, who was Improver of the Month, if I'm not wrong, like 2 or 3 months ago. He's super active and like just, yeah, like playing a lot. So, well, thank you, Andras, and thank you also for doing the homework and having your team working also for this. So, great. Let's continue with Robert Ramirez. It's actually like, to me, sorry, I also have to say that to me it's weird to say Robert Ramirez because I'm a Spanish speaker, so I will say Robert Ramirez. But anyways, let's continue with Robert Ramirez.
But the same way here, when you said Dina pronounce your name perfectly, I'm like, hold on a second. I speak Spanish and that's not how I pronounce it.
but the Argentinian Spanish, you know? Yeah, I know.
Anyways, that's a different story.
Yeah.
For the pick, I want to say clearly everyone did their homework because I had my picks in like number here, old school with 1, 2, 3, 4, and they already took my 1, my 2, and my 3. I think I'm gonna go not with my 4th choice, but one that I really liked because it's a little bit like me. I have some moments where I'm killing it and my rating goes up by a lot, and then I have moments where I'm stuck at 2200, and I'm like, okay, I used to defeat 23 and 2400s. Why can I not do it now? So, anyways, I think this player is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be unpredictable, and he could either win the tournament or finish last place. And I'm going to go with Thanos V. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Thanos V. Okay, great.
There we go.
So there we go. Thank you, Robert, and thank you also for doing the homework and checking on the players. And,
No. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, let's continue. So, Can Cavadagli, who is your player in the under 800 group?
Yeah, so I won't be like others and, bashing that I was after these guys. I think Moon ZS is a strong candidate that was missed by others. And, I should remind you that Charles Barkley was number 5 pick. He turned out to be an NBA legend in the end. So I'm trusting that number 5 pick might have some potential here. So I'll go with her.
Yeah, I'm sure. And she's also a streamer, and she's also like super into improvement and like doing a lot of stuff. So I'm really happy that she's actually part of the roster and like now is your pick. So thank you, Ken. And let's continue with David. Let's see. We have the list here.
Hey, so
Hey.
I have no plan, no preparation, don't know what I'm doing. I'll just take Jake's actually.
Okay, Jake's actually is for David. I like the honesty here. Like it was like, okay, like they are all like just braving and saying, yeah, we did the homework and everything, and you just go straight and say, no. But maybe with intuition, maybe this is going to be the winner and will be a total surprise here.
Yeah, sorry, Angeline. I was actually being dishonest. There was a reason for my pick.
Oh my gosh. So you're
but there is-
actually like,
There's a risky factor with my pick too, because I was looking at like what time zones people are in. And so here I'm going with someone potentially in South Africa. So it's going to be tricky because they'll be sleeping when I'm awake and awake when I'm sleeping. So that's a little bit of a risky factor here. But if I figured out this player correctly, I think that they'll be pretty good at a 10-minute time control. So that's part of the reason for this pick.
okay, so it's like even more thoughtful than the other coaches, because like, let's remind everyone that the tournament is going to be in 1 month, and it's going to be a round robin tournament in each group, and the time control is going to be 10 minutes plus 2 seconds, 2 seconds increment. So, well, thank you, David, there. And let's continue with Levy.
Yeah, it's tough to say something profound when there are 2 candidates left. So I'm going to go with the person with the dog in their profile picture, which is HR 10K.
Okay, the dog has won. Thank you then. And well, but in compensation, actually in the group 2, you are going to be the second one to pick. So you will have enough time there to make like your, I don't know, like profound thoughts about like
Yes.
players, and show your homework also there and see like what you know about the players.
Yep.
So thank you, Levy. And well, Ben, you have the last player over there that it's Wild Horse. Any comments or anything about this group that you want to add?
No, Robert took my pick.
Hey, we could switch.
What? No, I have to have my dark horse. I mean, wild horse. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's played the most games, so I have the best pick. Also,
Awesome.
to David, there's no sleeping in CoachChamps.
Yeah,
You have
true.
to always be
Doesn't-
away because students are all over the world.
Exactly. So it's like time zones, they don't really matter here. So Khan, what surprised you about those picks? Like any surprise or anything that you can actually comment, like that maybe was like a surprise for you, or?
No, it was actually, I sort of ordered them as well. And that was sort of realistic that first 4 were sort of picked it by the others. So no surprises there. But again, there are lots of randomness for this level. And there are lots of low-hanging fruits that we can work on. And if they fix those, then they can show real improvement in 1 month. So it's sort of up to the coach themselves to show the improvement. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. And last question before we jump to group 2, to Arthur's. So what do you think about your player? Like, do you have any extra comments or anything that you have in mind actually for like the upcoming month, the training that you're going to have with your student under 800?
Yeah, probably I'm not gonna reveal all the secrets, but I think I'm gonna give plenty of homework. And there was already a suggestion that for this rating group, it's a good idea to also work a lot on tactics. Probably I'll try to set up some new opening, something easy to play. But like I already said, I mean, literally everyone can win. And I'm very amazed to see that all the coaches here, they have different approaches. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Arthur. Actually, indeed, the only similarity, I think it was David and you that you mentioned tactics and opening principles in general. So maybe like all of you actually are thinking the same, but you are saving and like just trying not to reveal what you are going to use this month. And that's fine. So we will continue with group 2, that is under 1200. So let's see, who do we have there? Let's go with the draft for under 1200. Well, we have actually also like streamers and a mix of like improvers of the month. We also nominated like they all were part of the improvement challenge series this month. So yeah, it's super amazing roster here. Let me start asking Ben, what do you like about the 1200, under 1200 actually players? And like this happy because it's like more than 800 in this actually 400 rating group, let's say, from 800 to 1200. What do you like about this kind of player?
Yeah, I want somebody who's played a lot of games and done a lot of puzzles. So there's a lot of players that meet the criteria that I have. Although I also like somebody's handle. Now, one of the players has lost a lot of rating points, so they seem like a wild card. I don't know if I'm going to pick them. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to pick. It's my pick, right? I get to pick somebody.
Actually, yeah. Let's start actually with the pick. I was like we were about to talk a bit more, but like since we are actually talking while we are picking, let's go. And you are actually the first one because you were the last one in the first group. So yeah, it's your pick. You go.
I'm going to pick somebody who played the most games. I'm going to pick B Chris 11 because his name starts with B, and my name starts with B, so that's good. Go,
that
Brian.
That must be a destiny or something there. So
that's right.
Great. Okay, thank you, Ben. Let's continue with Levy, who say actually in group 1 that you can actually add like a lot of profound thoughts about coaching or the players and the homework that you did. So.
Oh, no, I didn't say that at all. I said in the first group I cannot, and I never promised anything about the second group. But
actually, I took as a promise, so.
No. I almost want to make the same type of pick, just purely based on profile picture. I didn't see this person's profile picture until I went to their account. I think there's a lot of very good prospects in this group. Like, unless I'm mistaken, this Pingu person has gained the most points since January 1st, so obviously super raw talent and has done by far the least puzzles. So, natural talent. I thought about picking this person. Cash Carbon seems cool too. Person is like streaming a lot of their games. I never know if partnering with a streamer is a good idea or a bad idea because like, a lot of streamers are on their final brain cell, but in chess, like maybe it's a good thing. So I was looking at working with that person. I was looking at B Chris. Like everybody looks interesting, but I think I'm gonna go with QQQ1M for 2 reasons. The first is they are obviously very good into They have a 1600 blitz rating, and also because they clearly are, in the Gotham fan club. So 2 for 2 on profile pictures.
Yeah, I think like he picked you instead of you picking him, but yes, makes sense that you received the message. Looks like.
No, it sounds like a lot of the coaches here are like insider trading. Like their own students are in the competition and they're trying to pick them. I wasn't that fortunate, but now that I know that if people are going to make their icons and profile pictures about Gotham, then I have to pick them. They'll be extra motivated. No, but I just saw 1600 blitz and I was like, wow, that's really strong. This person's obviously quite good. So hoping the intuition pays off.
Okay, well, thank you, Levy. Let's continue with David. Now it's your turn.
Yeah. QQQQ must be really happy, like putting up the picture of who they wanted and then getting who they wanted. It's really worked out well for them. In general, when looking at this, a few things that I'm looking for in every single one of these groups is somebody who's enthusiastic about chess, somebody who's likely to put in quite a bit of time over the course of this month. You'd like somebody who's going to listen to their coach, probably. I think most of the coaches would agree on that point, but we don't really have a way from their profiles to know if they're going to listen to us, maybe with the exception of QQQ. I think good chance they'll be listening to Levy. And then another weird thing that you might be looking for is a huge weakness. Because we have a limited amount of time in 1 month to improve the players. So if there's some gigantic weakness, like they finish all their games in 10 seconds, or they flag on the 10th move or something, you know, like where you could just tell them like, hey, use your time, or hey, don't use your time, or something like that. If you can find a really obvious weakness, that's going to make your coaching task easier because there's some low-hanging fruit for improvement. I have a tough pick here between my own third and fourth, between the third and fourth possible players here, because I've got a player who's a little bit faster and a player who's a little bit slower, and you know, I'm kind of trying to decide which one is going to be easier to improve here. In the end, I guess I will go with Cash Carbon, who has played a ton of games, as you could see on that link. So I'm going to go with the person who's maybe putting in the most work and just see if we can get a ton of hours in this month.
Awesome. Thank you, David. And that's very interesting approach also to see the weakness there. And Cash Carbon is a content creator. He's also a streamer. So he might actually also do some regular improvement streams during this month. That might help or not, but well. So thank you, David. Let's continue with Jan Cavadaghi. Did I say it right now?
John, actually, but that's the easiest, that's the most difficult name in the world. John. Yeah, just like John Bartolomeo. John.
Yeah. My name is also super hard, so I understand John.
Complicated,
yeah.
I react to everything. I react to can, John, all kind of combinations. As long as it's just one syllable, it's fine.
Same here. I totally relate to that. So,
yeah.
Okay, who is going to be your player under 1200 here?
So David basically said everything I was about to say. I completely agree with his train of thought here in terms of what's the person that can put the most amount of time for this month. And I think he made the right decision by picking Cash Carbon because he seems to be a streamer and he plays a lot of games. And yeah, so it's already picked. So I have to go for my second candidate. It's hard to pronounce, but I guess it's just Pingu 7, right? Like Pingu 7.
Yeah, Pingu 7. Yeah.
There's the momentum, play lots of games, and okay, maybe rating is not so high, but I see the potential, and we can work on that. And also, he doesn't live in Australia, so he can probably play in normal times. He's from here.
Yeah, that's also a smart thing. But as Ben say, let's say for CoachChamps, nobody sleeps for a month. We will just be training and but we will see. Thank you, Jan. No, did I say it wrong? Yeah, Jan, more or less. Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's continue with Robert Ramirez.
All right. Perfect. Because I had one of my top picks. No one picked him so far. I'm surprised. And all I have to say about my pick is that when I was looking at their games, I really like the fact that they had an easy time when it came to transitioning or converting their games. So that's something that I like, especially with this time control. And for that reason, I'm gonna go with 84 moves. I think that's how you pronounce it. And let's see if we can surprise.
Let's see. I like actually a profile picture as well. So, well,
committed to the brand. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert. And also thank you for the homework and sharing your ideas behind there. And let's continue with Andras. Who is your player under 1200?
Well. Once again, my picks have been taken away from me. I feel like this is a toughie for sure. Also, very clearly, I'm not playing this game perfectly well because I'm not quite familiar with the profile pictures. So while you guys were making your picks, I did a quick rundown of the profile pictures. And that's definitely, I think, the new way of picking. On that note, or perhaps against that or despite that, my pick for this group is going to be Klingerman Chess. I hope that I pronounce this correctly.
Yes, Klingerman Chess. And why? Just because of the profile picture, or you have more?
No, actually, because my scouts told me that he was the one, based on the list that I assembled. But that horsey looks quite impressive. I hope that we'll figure out how the horsey hops and moves around the board.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
we'll take it from there.
The horsey then pays off, and now Klinsmann chess is your pick. So thank you, Andras. And let's continue now with Arthur's. You have only 2 options here, but who is going to be your player?
Yeah, this is again a really tough choice. I'm actually amazed by Robert, who even analyzed all the games, and he figured out that this particular player has the better transition. Like, oh my goodness! Like, no, I didn't really went into that.
Not all the games, and not the best transition, but I remember that about that, definitely.
Right. Yeah, it's tough to choose. When I'm looking at both of the remaining players, I'm seeing, for example, that Esen Tarikol Shlam, I hope I pronounced correctly. He has about 2,857 puzzle rating. Yeah, so it's very impressive. Tough to say. Also, the other guy, Jedro, he is also pretty good at puzzles, and both of them are about the same. So probably I'm gonna go with the time zone preferences. I think it also plays a part. So for me, it's a bit easier to coach students from the East. So I'm gonna go with SM Tarikul Slam.
Okay, thank you so much, Arthur. And we have the last player that goes straight to Dina. So Dina, what do you think? Like, I'm not sure if you actually check these players. What do you think about your player under 1200?
So I'm actually very lucky here because Jean Deroux is actually one of the people who I really wanted to pick. And one of the reasons is because they're a member of the Waco Chess Club in Arlington, Chess Club CYA. And that means a lot. So with this profile description, I'm sure we're going to take down this CoachChamp category group.
I love it, actually, that you were actually like in the last pick, but then you got like probably the one that you wanted. So awesome. Happy to hear that. And okay, let's actually, Andras, what surprised you about this draft, about like any pick here, like any comments on the players and the coaches picks here?
Nothing in particular. I took a mental note that a new life goal for me is to have my face on someone else's profile picture. I don't think I will see the day when that happens, but I think that's definitely a milestone that I would like to reach. Other than that, I think it's really cool that it appears that we all have our secret picks and we all have our preferred ways, and obviously we all are a little bit disappointed when it doesn't go that way, but I think it's also the beauty of this contest is that the randomness, I think, contributes to how much fun we are going to have in more ways than I think we can predict it.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun because like you will be training these people for a month, and then you will be like just watching them playing live in the CoachChamps competition in a month.
They will be scarred for life. 1 month, but the impact is going to be eternal. That's the goal.
100%. Robert, actually, my question related to this is like, how much, how much improvement do you think that we can actually have in this kind of group? Like we were talking about the first group, that they can actually improve and like go really fast with a few hours. But what do you think about this particular group?
Exactly. Well, at least from my perspective, and that's why I was mentioning the transitioning point, I think in this group, what I'm looking forward to help them with the most is reinforce these processes that we already know coming from under 800, like simplify when you're ahead, or realize when you transition from opening to middle game to end game, or give yourself some time if all of a sudden you want a piece and you're ahead, don't play at the same rhythm that you were before. So I think it's going to be more psychological anything else, and reminding them that they come from whatever time they've put into chess so far is been openings, the basic principles, and tactics. So it's good for them to remember that to hit that next level, it's good to sit back and say, you know what, maybe it's not about tactics anymore. Maybe I need to pay more attention to how do I convert? Because a lot of my students, at least at this rating, the biggest frustration is, oh man, I was winning on move number 20 and I blew it. So that's what I'm trying to, I think what I'm going to be helpful the most in this group is, hey, if you're already winning, this is how we secure it. If you're winning and you have 2 minutes left, because this is 10+2, this is how we should play accordingly. Sometimes it's not about the chessboard, but the psychology and the clock. So that's what I'm trying to look at more than hardcore skills, because I think there's not much to do there in 1 month for this group. But we'll see. It's always unpredictable, like everyone has said. And I think no one has mentioned it, but I don't know how less unpredictable this group is from the one before. I don't think in the 1200s we're less predictable than under 1800. But we'll see. Maybe in a month I come back saying I'm sorry for what I said earlier. It was a different story. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure that after this month we will have a lot of information to continue the research that John was mentioning before about improvement and everything. And okay, before we go to a quick break, we are going to do a recap of like the picks that we have in each coach. So let's see. Here we have Dina, you have JDC and Jandero, 2 players already. So yes, let's continue with the next coach. We have Nabolini and Smatarika Kilislam. So for Arthurs, we have half of the roster already for each of the players. Sauter, Ron, and Klingerman Chess. Also, they both were Improver of the Month in the Improvement Challenge. For Andras Todd. And let's continue. We have Robert Ramirez with Thanos V and 84 Moose as well, like part of the Improvement Challenge here. Let's continue with the Jan Cavadaghi. We have Moons, that it's a streamer, and Pingu 7. So half of the roster, as we were saying already, decide here. Who else? David, we have Jake Actually and Cash Carbon, also a mix with streamers here. So it's going to be super fun to see how they can improve and also like maybe show a bit of that during the streams. Then Levy, that we have the profile pictures pics here. So HH Artyok with the dog pictures, and then QQ1M with Levy's picture. And let's continue with the last. So Ben, we have the Wild Horse, hi Ben, and Christy. So you have all the half of actually of your students for the next month. We will continue after like a very short break with the draft. So we still have group 3 and group 4, so stay tuned and we are going back in just a few minutes. welcome everyone. We are here in CoachChamps, the draft day. This is the very first day because actually the coaches are picking their students. They are going to be coaching for a month. And after that, we will have the tournaments. Actually, the students are going to play against each other, representing their coach. And based on actually their final standing on the tournament, we will decide and we will see who is the best coach in the world. So we've been actually picking before the break the group 1 and group 2. Now we are going to pick group 3, that it's under 1600, and we have these amazing coaches here. I feel like super privileged and humbled to have you all here. So thank you so much for joining, not only today, but for this CoachChamps experience. As Ben was saying before, like it's super fun and good that Chess.com and the chess community is having something, let's say, like it's organizing something for like normal, regular players, and like and having you all leading that, it's amazing. So thank you for that. And let's start actually with group 3. So Levy, what do you think about this rating group?
This is like one of those groups, in my opinion, where you either realize you're basically going to be stuck 1600 for the rest of your life, because getting close to 2000 is exceptionally brutal. 2000 is a very common, I would say, plateau for many people. Also, it's kind of like crossing into real strong understanding of the game. But this is CoachChamps, and obviously everybody here is super motivated to get better, and I think it's wide open. You have a lot of improvers of the month. In fact, half the group I think is an improver of the month. I'm looking at the list, and you have some good personalities, you have good influences. So yeah, I think whoever is the best coach, we'll see that person triumph in this group. Yeah,
for sure that will the best coach will make it happen. But it's also like a lot of factors, right? Like as Robert was talking before, it's also like a lot of psychology and like a lot of things. Like in chess, nothing is really straightforward, but we will see who is actually combine the best teaching learnings actually in a month. And Dina, actually, like, what do you think about this group as well? Before we jump to the draft.
This is one of my favorite groups because it has a lot of potential, indeed, as Levy said. I cannot disagree. And I actually see a lot of enthusiastic people willing to put work. And I think under 1600 is about the time where you really get serious, because either you already lost all the motivation, or you really understood that you were there for the grind. And, that's what coaches want. So I'm super excited for this journey. And I actually I do think that this is the group that's going to see the most improvement.
Ooh, that's actually a good affirmation here. And we will see, as we were talking before, like after CoachChamps, we will have a lot of, like information to study to see an improvement as well. And we will see if like this is the group, as you were saying, like maybe that can get more improvement in a month. And with that, let's start actually with the draft. We have a new order, as we were explaining before. We use an online randomizer. We have actually like the footage, the live recording, just for transparency, if anyone wants to see it. And just we decide the draft, the coach order there. So then like it's totally random. And we will start actually in group 3 with a different order. And the first one, it's going to be John Cavadaggi. So who is going to be your player in the group 3 under 1600?
Yeah, I feel lucky to be the first one for this group because of the reasons mentioned before. So lots of potential, lots of great looking people. I think I will go for Segaleta for 3 main reasons. He was the improver of the month in March, but below 1200 group. Imagine, he was already below 1200 in March. And look at his rating right now. Maybe he doesn't even need me to win the tournament. So that's a hope at least. He's from Chile as well. So it's a good representation. I picked a couple of Europeans so far. And look at his profile picture. There's a cat picture. And also it says, I truly want to get better at this. He seems to be a very serious improver. So I'm believing in him.
Yeah.
I'm picking.
Okay, thank you so much, John. And yes, indeed, Segatela actually, he has been one of the most active players in the Improvers Club, in the Improvement Challenge. We have a club actually that where we are sharing information, and during the whole year we've been actually like following up. So anyone can join the Improvers Club, by the way. And yeah, like I actually remember about him and about many names here, because they are actually super active in the forums, sharing what they are doing, what it's working for them or not, and I actually can tell you all, like, they are super excited about CoachChamps. I'm sure that they are watching the broadcast and they are like just being super happy to hear your thoughts about them. So let's continue with Arthur's.
Yeah, Tsegaleta was definitely a great choice. I also was thinking about it. There's one student that I noticed in the list that sounded very familiar. And I was thinking, should I select the student just to, have some waves? So I was looking at Emily Plays Chess, and I was thinking, is this a great choice? And I'm seeing Dina's face right now. And probably she's never, ever gonna talk with me if I do this. Right. So I think I'm not gonna do that. And instead, I think I'm gonna go for Drama Queen, because I'm very, very impressed by her progress, what she has done before. She's also a fellow streamer. I mean, that was not really the factor that she's the streamer, but just played a hopping 24,000 games. And she has the highest rating from all of them in the bullet. So I think that we might have sometimes scrambles. So I'm going to put my trust into Drama Queen and attempt to make her play even better.
I love it. Thank you so much, Arthur. And thank you also for being mindful with maybe Dina's pick. But before Dina, we have another two coaches, so we will see. And yeah, let's continue with David. Who is going to be your pick?
Yeah, the game totals of some of these players here are mind-boggling. Like, Dairy Queen may already have played more games of chess than I have. and some of these players have been just playing for a year or 2 years and just gone up really fast to get here. I've been playing for 30 years. I'm gonna go with a very high-rated player in this group, Kiriya Makazuo. I just think that they're already quite strong from looking at their games. So then it's just a little less work for me to do.
Okay, well, that's actually a really good reason. This also user, it's super active in the Improvers Club. So thank you also to him for sharing a lot of things. Actually, I encourage you coaches, but also anyone to go to the Improvers Club, and you can see in the forums and all the interactions. And this user is one of the most active as well. So great choice. And let's continue with Ben. Thank you, David. Ben, who is going to be your player under 1600?
Oh boy, I'm going to make a pick that's going to make Dina really happy.
Oh my gosh.
Tension,
moments.
I was interviewed by Emily and Dina, and I've known Emily for a few months now, and look at all the puzzles she's done, 12,000 puzzles. Anyway, because Dina insists, I'm going to pick Emily Plays Chess. Go, Emily. Somebody I know.
Thank you, Ben. I was actually a bit afraid with Artus when Artus actually was mentioning, I'm going to respect, maybe Dina will actually get it. I was but Ben is in the middle between Artus and Dina, so this might happen. But great choice, Ben. And yeah, that's actually the lucky randomizer, just put in the order. So next is going Dina. So Dina, who is going to be your pick? Now that Emily is not...
Well, Mr. Ben Feinstein, thank you for taking away my student. Well, honestly, it's okay. At some point, I feel like Emily has already spent a lot of time around me, and she kind of developed this, filter, like noise filter, whatever I give her any chess advice. So, to be honest with you, I actually think it's gonna be for her benefit to hear to someone else's advice other than me, and she might actually listen to you more than she would listen to me, Ben. So good luck with your students. And since this is a culture of really, pissing off the other coach, I'm gonna go with Frank.
That's personal against another coach that is coming soon, right? I might say. So.
Maybe. Hello,
Well,
Frank.
Thank you, Dina. And I think this is going. Okay, yes.
Time to unlearn everything you learned from Gotham Chess videos.
This is going to be like definitely like a personal thing whenever you have your student playing. Like Frank against Emily is going to be such a match, not only because of them, but because the coaches pick after the draft day. But yeah, thank you, Dina. And let's continue with Levy.
Yeah, once Ben picked Emily, I mean, I know Dina enough, and she will not hesitate to, shove a knife into your back the second it's turned. So I already knew Frank was no longer going to be my pick, which is absolutely devastating. I cannot understate it. Frank and I worked together to get to the finale of one of the last CoachChamps. And I was really hoping that, we would have a beautiful underdog story. Frank was up on stage with me in our London show. And he probably will be again if we have another show there. So now I'm left with still 3 very interesting people. And I think, the best way to get revenge would be to partner up with the 13-year-old superstar learner of games who has a rating significantly lower than everybody else in the group, but quite clearly has the highest ceiling. So that's my pick, and I hope he makes me proud.
Thank you, Levy. And well, this is actually as I was saying, let's say like this is the draft order. So I wasn't expecting these things from Ben and Dina, but it makes things even more fun, I will say. So we will see how the students are going to make their coaches proud next month. And let's continue. We have 2 more coaches and 2 more players. So Andras, who is going to be your player under 1600?
Yeah, I'm spoiled for choice, aren't I? So yeah, of course, as usual, my favorite picks have been already taken. By the way, little side note that Kiriyama Kazuo, I hope that I say it right, check his profile. He was one of my high ones. He has got, speaking of profound, something very cool written on his account, and it is actually a Levy Roseman quote, which I never heard before, but I just read it, and that is profound. You can't see it there, I don't know why, but when I looked at the profile, I can still see the quote, because it's further below actually, when he...
So what's the quote?
Where the quote goes like this: those of you that are actively trying to go up and up on the rating ladder know this struggle. Wins don't necessarily feel as sweet as losses feel painful. Now that is a bucket load of wisdom right there. Like, shout out. But
enjoy losing.
I'm sensing a little bit of sarcasm. My favorite quote is from David Pruis, which is, "The internet's chess teacher is a cringy name or obnoxious." I think it was obnoxious. That's my
Could
favorite.
have been
quote.
either. Both are true.
dude, I was not sarcastic. I do think that quote is brilliant. I think if someone understands that, that's half the journey. That the losses tend to be more bitter than wins glorious. No, I wasn't sarcastic at all. Yeah, anyway.
This group is actually taking actually the most, I don't know, dangerous. We are in dangerous zone with group 3 for some reason.
But no, I wasn't meaning to be sarcastic at all. My pick is going to be House of Pancakes. Because I like pancakes.
House of Pancakes. Okay. House of Pancakes, who is actually a streamer from Mexico. So, great.
Fellow Chico.
We have Chico, un amigo nuestro. Okay, very good. Let's go. Well, actually, it's the last pick for Robert Ramirez that we know already the player. Robert, any thoughts about your player?
Very happy that I didn't have to pick because things are getting aggressive as we get to the higher groups. So I'm silent. Give me whatever you guys want to give me. I mean no harm. That's it.
Yeah, well, thank you, Robert. But actually, I have some news for you. Like, as we were saying, like we have this sort of a snake draft. So it's like from 1 to 8 and then from 8 to 1. So you are the last one for picking in group 3, but you are going to be the first one for picking in group 4. So now maybe we can actually see we can actually see the group 4 players. And let's actually go, well, before actually we jump to the pick, David, what do you like about this group? We have actually the highest rated group, the group number 4, under 2000. So what are your thoughts about these kind of players?
Yeah, one of my colleagues earlier on made the very good point that up at this level, it's very hard to gain 100 points, right? A lot of these players have been playing longer and they'll by now have experienced that terrible thing, the scourge of chess players, really, the plateau, right? And so it takes a lot of work to make progress at this level. So maybe now we need to look more for something fixable, like I mentioned earlier, or for somebody who's like really psychologically tough, who's able to, you know, push through plateaus, push through losses, push through disappointments, and keep striving upwards.
Yeah, thank you, David. Like 100%, like a strong mindset, super important in any rating group. But yeah, as you were saying, let's say it's normal to get this plateau in this group. So for sure. And Artur's, what are your thoughts about this group?
Yeah, so here I think I'm going to be one of the last coaches to select, and I will be happy whichever student I'll get. Yeah, we'll basically see. I have listed some of my preferences.
But you shouldn't mention though, because they will take it. They will. No, actually.
I'm pretty sure that everybody has already listed their preferences, but this is also the group where the players are playing more bullet. I'm not sure how relevant it is, and I think this is also something all of us, we don't really know how the students, they're going to perform with the time control, right? When they get these, was it the +2 seconds in then, right? And I think that the skills in the bullet might be sort of important. But I also think this is the rating group where the favorites are a bit more clearer compared to the other groups. So that's why I do think that the coaches who are going to select the first students, they do have a bit advantage.
Yeah. One question actually here, because there's always some talks about bullet, and like I am very big fan of bullet, guilty here, but like some people say that that's actually not really good, and like the more bullet you play, the less proper chess you know. So what are your thoughts, Artur, on that?
About what? Sorry, I was distracted.
About like, about bullet, playing bullet, I'm saying. Do you think that it's actually good or bad for your chess? Like that could actually sometimes, like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, I know it's a popular thought that it's not really good for the players. And actually speaking about one of my previous students, Drama Queen, like I didn't really check how many bullet games she has played. Maybe it's like 23,000 bullet games and 1,000 blitz games. We'll see. But I don't think it's really such a bad skill to develop as long as they're not overdoing it. So yeah, develop some instinct to react quickly. So why not? Yeah, I'm pretty flexible towards it.
Okay. Before jumping to the draft, anyone wants to go against Artur's thoughts here, or everyone, I don't know, some disagreement here on coaching? After like the last group 3, like I'm careful asking, but like yeah, just asking about bullets because such a controversial topic always in improvement. Okay, we have a shy.
I'll say something. Bullet is fun for a lot of people, and you don't want to take fun out of chess. People play chess for fun, not necessarily 100% for improvement. So if you're never having fun playing chess, then you shouldn't be playing chess. And if you like playing bullet and you enjoy it, then you should play bullet because that's something that you enjoy doing.
I love it. I 100% agree on that. So thank you, Ben. Let's continue then with the draft. And this is going to be the last group. After this, we are going to know the entire roster. Actually, we will know the 4 students that will have each coach for training the next month. And let's start with Robert Ramirez. Who is going to be your player under 2000?
All right, this was glad to be the first one at least for one of the groups. And just keeping it simple, I'm going to go with Vitom. I think that's how.
Vitom. Any reason on your pick?
Yeah. Basically, in this group, one of the main things that I'm looking at, 2 of them that I'm not a fan of, but definitely openings and time management. I want to make sure that they're comfortable with that at this group because a lot of pressure is I expect to happen in these games. But also, I wanted to be careful with some players that might be a little bit rusty. And looking through his games, I think he was not only playing a lot in different time controls, but also he had some games where he apparently was coming from a specific position. Like it seems like he's working on his chess and he's not just playing and not looking back. So I think that was a good combo. I think he knows his openings. He has a very good understanding of chess throughout. And he seems to be active, and I think that's gonna count, especially because of the time control again that we have for this event.
Yeah. Okay, great comments, and thank you, Robert, for your pick there. Let's continue with Andras. Who is going to be your player under 2000?
Now I get my first pick finally. So this is going to be Asmoada. And I'm very happy that I got that pick. Variety is the spice of life. I wanted at least one female student, and she's also a streamer. So I feel like I am killing at least 2 birds with the one stone here. She has had some very massive rating climbs lately, so I'm very excited to see how far we can go together. Let's go.
That's awesome. Thank you, Andres. And yes, Asmada is the content creator. She actually, I think, created the reel yesterday on Instagram about CoachChamps, mentioning how she was excited about this. And also, she's actually always sharing improvement content. So it's going to be super fun. And I'm sure you will going to be a good
I just realized that she's also
combo.
a Chess.com moderator, so if there are some restrictions on my account, I know that coaching didn't quite go as planned.
Yes, she's a mod, and also we have another mod before Souther from group 2, I think. We have 2 moderators, which are actually the true heroes in Chess.com because they are helping to keep the website safe, I'm saying, and super fun. So yeah, thank you to Asmoda for that as well. And let's continue with the picks. Now, Levy, it's your turn to decide your player under 2000.
Yeah, this is a really fun group. For me, I'm glad 2 of my 3 picks were not taken, but now I have the really difficult decision of picking one. Actually, really, I had 3 or 4 candidates. JJ0268, whose name I think is Josiah, is super serious student, has a very serious profile. Obviously, it would work super hard to get better. At the same time, Masky Chess is the exact same.
Similar
The only
profiles there.
that person is rated 2900 in puzzles, and their most recent rapid win is against the 2100, which is, probably better than half of this call can do, including myself. It's a very, very impressive player. At the same time, Olzhik is a Kazakh chess player that basically just plays all the time. And we were discussing Bullet earlier, and this person just really enjoys chess, and I think would be motivated to be better. But time zones could be difficult, so I will leave him or her in. I don't know if a pumpkin with glasses can be assigned a gender just based on profile picture, but I will leave that person to a coach on a better time zone. So I will go with Masky Chess. And but it's, you know, it's a great group. So really looking forward to seeing how much everybody improves.
Yeah, thank you, Levy. And great comments about the players. Like certainly, like they are all like putting a lot of effort, and it shows up. Let's say like the love that they have for the game, because you can see like a lot of games that they've been playing here. And let's go for the next coach. Picking here is going to be Dina. So Dina, who is going to be your player?
Well. I am happy and proud to announce that Levy gave me back the favor, turned me back the favor, and picked my most interesting candidate. So good luck to them in improving. I had a hope when Levy was saying that Legando 2805 bug was a very serious student, and I was hoping that, you know, that chemistry of a profile picture of a cockroach and, you know, would work, but it didn't. So I'm gonna go with, like, my other candidate was also Josiah, who believes in God and who thinks Gotham Chess first and most importantly, but also Remote Chess Academy, Igor Smirnov, and all the videos that taught him basics of chess, such as GM Hikaru Buddha's Life and WFM Anna Crowling. And I was thinking there was one name missing there, so that was one of my candidates, you know, to convert them into my religion, even though they're already religious. But honestly, I think I should go with my traditional approach and just go with my fellow streamer, my girl Phoebe. I think that's the, you know, since Ben stole the other one from me, I think me and Phoebe, we're gonna make it right.
I love it. Two content creators, they're training there, and it's Phoebe's birthday, so happy birthday to Phoebe. And like, I think she will be super happy to get this present, to have Dina coaching her for a month, to be training for the tournament. So thank you, Dina.
Yes,
okay.
Happy birthday to Phoebe. What a great gift.
Indeed. So Ben, now it's your turn to pick the player of group 2, your player here. So who is going to be the lucky one?
Levy took my pick with Masky Chess. I like he has chess in his name, and he gained 900 rating points. So I'm going to go with another pick that Levy was considering, JJ0268. I like the rating gain. I like the number of games they've played. And as Levy said, picking somebody who's in 7-hour time zone difference could be risky. So I'll pick somebody who's in a similar time zone. So I'm going with JJ.
Okay, great choice. And also, like, I like what he wrote over there. Like, my biggest goal is to make CoachChamps. And you made it, JJ. And you are actually very lucky, because you will have Ben Feingold training you for a month before playing CoachChamps next month. So thank you, Ben. Let's continue with David. Who is going to be your player in group 4?
Okay, I'm going to hesitate for one moment here. I apologize.
Don't worry. Take your time.
The other coaches are
this is
picking
important
well.
thing.
The other coaches are picking well. Everybody took this seriously. One can tell.
Indeed.
Okay.
But like the 8 players here are super dedicated. So like the difference must be like more like a taste of flavor thing, let's say, like than like a objective. So for sure you will have a great player, one of those 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Gothenburg S.
Okay, he was actually also Improver of the Month in the Improvers Improvement Challenge in the Improvers Club. He's one of the most liked, I will say, player. If you actually ask anyone in the Improvers Club like about this user, they will say like, oh, he's amazing and everything, because he's always actually willing to share, I don't know, like his improvement path and like talk about chess, play games and everything. And like he joins also like all the activities that we have. So you had very active player, and like I'm sure that he will put a lot of effort there.
Yeah,
So
he was pretty high on my list, and he's played 1,000 10-minute games in the last 3 months. That was one of the notes I made for myself, which is the time control that we'll be playing in the event that decides everything. So I think putting in good work. So hopefully that will pay off.
yes, well, thank you, David. And we have the last two coaches. We have Artur's now. So Artur's, you have two players. Who is going to be your pick in the group 4?
Yeah, I can clearly feel that some of the coaches already are selecting based on the time zone preferences, which of course is also a factor for me. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Olzek. Actually, I'm pretty happy with the choice. I mean, more than happy, because he's not only one of the, top-rated players in the group. Of course, everybody's probably more or less playing the same strength, but also the time zone. For me, it's very good because he's from Kazakhstan. This means he's a couple of hours ahead of me, so it's going to be a bit easier for us to schedule more lessons.
Indeed, this is actually the beauty of CoachChamps and chess also, because we have coaches from the US here, but also we have European coaches like you that can actually also pick players in other crazy time zones for Americans, but like for us, is for people in Europe, it's not that bad. So great. And we have the last coach and the last player. So John, what do you think about your player that is going to be logando 2805?
Yeah, thank you for saving me from the paradox of choice. Let's call this destiny, because first of all, he was the improver of the month, right? Around 1,200 again. He was quite low rated in July, and then he suddenly has this rating. I mean, that's a good sign, sort of in a momentum. I mean, the only concern is that he's a bug on his profile, so I hope he won't be crushed like a bug by the others. So that's my only concern. But we can take care of that.
Yeah, here the profile picture is not. It's not like something that you want to take into account when picking. And also his back comment over there. But I'm sure that has nothing to do with his chess. So thank you, Sean, for that. And we have some questions from the chat. Before actually we have the overview of all the coaches and your selection of the students. So we have actually one question for Levy from Bumpelt 100. And Levy, do you prefer actually to be a student or a coach?
Both are fine. I was a coach first and foremost. Before I was the self-proclaimed, internet's chess teacher. But it was very stressful. I mean, I have to say, I felt like a parent watching the students play at tournaments. But I mean, it was a very fulfilling experience, as I'm sure all my fellow coaches know. Your students do well in tournaments, like, the hard work pays off. They hold their nerves and they succeed. So in many ways, being a coach is, it's a super rewarding experience. I'm not particularly thrilled to play classical chess and put such a pressure on myself. So I think I definitely will enjoy CoachChamps, provided I don't get last place. I will take anything except last place.
Well, we were actually looking at your roster. I'm not sure if you have also final thoughts on the 4 players that you pick, and also if you have any approach that you are thinking, let's say, that you can share, that it's not super private, in the next month for these 4 players. I
think this notion of spying on the others and getting information from it's not going to matter. I mean, I like the Dubov school of thought, which is, if you're in a good mood, you had good sleep, you had a good meal, you'll play well. You have to do your tactics. You might have to do a little bit of opening preparation if you're 1800. Otherwise, it will just come down to, not blundering and holding your nerves. I think this will be a unique experience for a lot of these players, and One thing we definitely don't know is their nervous system. So how well will they do when, you know, they're getting their games commentated? In that sense, maybe streamers will even have some small advantage. But yeah, we'll see. I'm really looking forward.
Yeah. Okay, we are also really looking forward. And we have another question from Major Tom to David. It's 30,000 games a lot. Like, how many games actually do you think that it's a lot? You actually mentioned that before, like that you've seen one of the players like with thousands of games. What would you say that it's like a lot or not in amount of games played in Chess.com?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on my blitz after years of not being very good at blitz chess, and I'm probably playing something between 2 and 10 games a month as I try to get better. So anything in the thousands is definitely a lot for me right now. Hard to imagine logging that number of games. So 13,000, yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, and what do you think about your roster, like your players here? And also like any comments how you are going to approach in the next month?
I'm very satisfied with my roster. I think I did fine in the draft, but I think everyone else did fine as well, pretty much. And definitely some people, yeah, I mean, everybody was on it, so everybody got good picks. I don't think any of us got really lucky with someone that, you know, should have been the first or second pick and came down to the 5th or 6th pick. I noticed in particular that Levy grabbed 2 really good picks that I had slightly hoped for, but where I was in each pick order, I got somebody that I'm satisfied with, and you know, I'm just looking forward to working with them, and hopefully I'll be able to bring something to each of them, and so they'll really enjoy the month and bring something forward with them from this.
Okay, last question from Chess Arbitrage, like to you, David. Are you willing to get up super early? Like, because we've been told that you are in the Pacific time zone. Like, are you willing to get up to coach your students knowing that it might be super early for you?
Yeah, of course. We're going to try and get in as many hours as we can. And right now, although I'm in the Pacific time zone, like most chess players, I'm currently in the Samarkand time zone. So I'm broadcasting every single round of the Grand Swiss at 3 a.m. in California, technically 3 p.m. in Samarkand. So, you know, I'll do no less for my students.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Dina, let's see your roster actually. And I have actually a fun fact for you and Levy. The production team is telling me that you are the only ones with the roster under 1200, like the average rating, and compared with everyone else that it's more than 1200. So, but anyways, that's actually just a number. You have a month to actually do coaching and training. And what do you think? How is going to be your approach? Any thoughts about the upcoming month?
Yeah, Ashlyn, you said it correct. This is just a number. It doesn't mean anything, especially in this level. It's all about your right mindset and the right habits that we're going to develop. We have the entire month for that. Although that being said, it's not a lot, but we're going to do what we can. And I'm super excited to work with my geniuses, my little geniuses, and I am ready to take down this whole championship and show the world how, with just a couple of tweaks, one can become a grandmaster. Just kidding, they will not become grandmasters.
But this might be actually the start of that path, so we will see. Thank you, Dina. And Arthurs, let's see your roster and like your thoughts of how you are going to approach the next month with these students.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with my roster. Of course, for the low rating groups, you never really know if everybody can win, but I managed to select some of the students I was hoping for. Also, the time zone, I think, is going to play a pretty important role here because pretty much, I mean, 3 players out of 4, they are to the east. So once again, a bit easier for me to plan things. And I can't wait really to get working with them and make them better players.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And let's continue with Andras. What do you think about your... actually, you have in the first group, Shadowrun, another moderator. You actually have two moderators, so be very careful because maybe you get like a ban or something. If you're not a good coach, then out of Chess.com.
What was I thinking? Goodness me. Yeah, that can we reshuffle? Too late. Too late.
No,
Okay.
But you might get also benefits, eh? They might actually...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. All of a sudden, I turn myself to a good boy, and then I'm going to get some gifties. No, look, I'm super happy. I got some that I really wanted, and even where I missed out on my first pick, second, third is just as good. And I always am excited about coaching new people because I find that at least that's my coaching philosophy, that I don't teach any two people the same way or the same things. And I always try to tailor our coaching to their personality, their chess style, what they need, and so on. So I'm looking forward to meeting 4 new people and start working with them and see how far we can go.
Awesome. It's going to be a super fun month indeed, and excited actually to also share chess with new 4 people for all of you. And let's continue with Robert. What do you think about your players? Any thoughts on how you want to approach the next month?
Absolutely. No, I'm just like everyone else so far. I'm very happy with my picks. And to me, this is just another experience. It's going to be another one for the book. And at the end of the day, we all know there's only so much you could do in a month. And even if you do everything right, assuming someone could do that, it's unpredictable. How many times we go to a tournament thinking this is the one, and then it's the opposite, and then the other way around. But definitely for me, this is just another great thing that we do thanks to technology and the internet. We get to work with 4 people that we didn't know before. And regardless of the results in this event, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to provide something that they will take for the remaining of their career. That will be my goal, and just make it fun and get to that day laughing and analyzing the games after, and hopefully it will be the first of many more events. We'll see.
Yeah, I love it. And yeah, I've seen a lot actually comments like that in the Improvers Club, like that people saying that every single opportunity that we give, like sometimes we organize simuls or like talks or stuff like that, for them it's like a unique experience, like that they will remember the whole life. And for sure, these 32 players are going to remember this forever. And you are actually changing, like, I don't know, like just going there into their memories so forever. So it's like such a good month, well, I hope that it's going to be good memories, but we will see. Sorry?
What, in good or bad, you will be affecting their journey in life. So
yeah. We hope that it's going to be. Yeah, we hope that it's going to be for good.
Let's talk in a month. And then we'll see.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert. John,
thank you.
What do you think about your players and your approach, your thoughts?
Yeah, again, in general, as others says, I'm very happy about those picks. Not any regrets. I'm super happy to start working with these people, connecting with them for next month. As I said, it's a very interesting study in itself, like a small pilot scientific experiment that we are doing right now. Of course, if you had more time, more grant money, we could do it for longer, right? Because in 1 month, you can do only so much. You need maybe more sample size and so on, but that's a great start. I am already curious about objectively, what can lead to bigger improvement. And I'm really excited to invest a lot in those students, do as much as I can for this month to have an impact on their games.
Great, thank you so much. Really appreciate for them and also for everyone to know, let's say, like coaching methods and stuff. Like someone in the chat was saying that like they are always curious, like what if I put actually my mindset, like my mind and my brain, my time, my energy, everything for a month, how far actually can go. And like this is going to be a sort of little research on that. So, and well, let's continue. Actually, we have the last coach and the last roster before we finish the show. We have Ben. And what do you think? Actually, before we jump to your players, we have a question from the chat to you from Krisha. And it's asking if you plan to focus on openings, preparation heavily, or just let the opening take a backseat and focus on calculation, end games, and etc. Like, do you have any insight that you want to share?
Yeah, I don't focus on openings, especially since we only have a month. I think opening is overrated as far as the ratings are concerned. That's more for players over 2,200. I focus on tactics and game analysis. I like to look at my students' games and figure out what they were thinking and how to tweak their thinking so that they're able to play better next time. Oh, my dogs agree. So yeah, I don't focus on opening. We'll talk about it a little bit, but we don't have a lot of time. So yes. I like what Levy said, have a good meal, have a good night's sleep, be in a good mood, and don't be too nervous. And that's going to be, and I talk about how to play the time control also, because every time control is different in chess and you have to play differently depending on that. And I tell my students to play fast when it's a fast time control and not to lose on time. So I talk about that with them a lot. I'm pretty happy about my picks. I like all the picks that I had.
Yeah, let's see your roster here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one of the players already. Emily plays chess. So yeah.
Do you think actually that you will do some content with her about the improvement challenge, or are you planning more private?
We could do a stream where I give her a chess lesson if she wants to do that. She might want to hide everything, so I'll leave it up to her.
Yeah. Okay, we will see how is going to be the approach of the 8 coaches. Thank you, Ben. And in the next month, and well, this is the end, but we want to say first of all, thank you so much to all of you, to the 8 people, coaches that we have here that are amazing. I'm sure that the 32 players are extremely happy, and also the improvement community. We have almost 14,000 players in the Improvers Club, and not only in the Improvers Club, but in Chess.com, we have a lot of people that are just willing to know about how to get better at chess. So this event and having you all, this is going to for sure help a lot to all of them. And yeah, for the viewers, to say thank you so much for being here the whole time. Also, I want to say thank you so much to the broadcast team, to Ryan, and to anyone internally. Let's say that they've been helping. It's not so easy to contact 32 players and to pick and to do the selection, because it's easier when you have these top high level events that you can actually just that it's going to be Magnus, Hikaru, but here is very tough, and we had a huge team helping and over there. So thank you, Coach Dane, Judith, and Sam, and a lot of people behind the scenes. And stay tuned, because we will have the tournament next month in October 7, 8, 9, and 10. We will have one round robin tournament every single day. So it's going to be Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4 in each day. And I think I'm not forgetting anything. Just stay tuned for that. Stay tuned also, because during this month we might actually publish a bit about how the coaching is going. And thank you, all of you. I'm not sure if any of you want to give some last word or anything. Otherwise, we are good to go.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ben, and thank you, everyone. And well, see you next month in CoachChamps tournament. Bye.